Watch your step, a crush warning is now in effect. Coming through, no regrets, the city's erect. Total devastation. The mission and its statement, watching body y'all come with villainy for entertainment. We'll take a basic ride in the dirt, break his back and laugh at him with a smirk. Throw him across the skyline, world champ 2 times. He's got the microphone, sit back and listen up. HEELKAIJu Radio, pull a chair and turn this shit up.
What's really good? Welcome to the HEELKAIJu podcast. I am your host, Spotted Menace, aka D-Man, your man, and I'm sitting right beside my sister right here, my day one, the one who holds it down for me, Daria. Say what's up, Daria.
Hi, guys. It's the end of the year.
It's the end of the year. Cue the air horns, which I'm not going to put in because that costs too much money, and
We're not there yet. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Listen,
We'll
you
get
guys can rely on KD and I to do the air horns. KD, you start.
Yes.
You know what? This is how we're going to do it. Say what's up, Danny, and give us air horns.
Hold on, let KD start them.
KD, give us air horns.
I promise I'll jump in.
KD, give us air horns. Wow.
Get some lasers.
Okay. KD, you sound like you have the air horns. Danny, you sound like a truck passing by honking his horn.
Not the first time I've been called a truck.
As I said, this is the HEELKAIJu podcast. We got our usual crew here tonight. We got Danny from Boston. Say what's up, Danny.
What up? What up? I'm from Boston.
Okay, you were much more enthusiastic the last show. I'm just saying. If I have to compare the two. Like, when we were talking Wrestle Kingdom, you were like, oh my goodness, I'm orgasming all over the mic.
Wow, you just, okay.
Did you say orgasm
rated
over the
PG.
mic? Are you serious?
Rated PG, no swearing allowed, but you can say that.
I can say orgasm. Orgasm is a legitimate word.
Orgasming over the mic.
Don't ever say that again.
And then we have our resident hero, King Dead, the only face of the group. Everyone here is heels. King Dead, say what's up.
That's
What's up?
questionable.
Okay, he's a tweener. I'll give him tweener. He'll
I've seen
save
him
your
go
town,
full
but he'll
heel.
step on an orphanage.
I've seen this man go full heel before.
Oh God, so many heelish moments from King Dead just to balance out the face-ness. That's the word I'm coining it. Faceness.
That is not a word.
I'm saving it. Faceness.
That is not a word.
He started off the year as a pretty standard baby face, but he ended it. Oh, the dark side got him.
He turned into Dean Ambrose at his best.
Darth KD.
Darth KD.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh,
now that
is nice.
should be
I like that.
trademarked.
I like that.
Darth
But yes,
Dead.
as we said, tonight is the final broadcast of the HEELKAIJu podcast, the last one of the year. I don't want to say final one altogether because we got a lot of time ahead of us.
Oh, yeah. It's just the last one for
The
2017.
last one of 2017 before we head into 2018. 2017 has been a year of ups and downs. Technically, we only really started this like around June, July. I gotta say July, right at the end of July.
Yeah.
And we've only have like officially 11 episodes up. This is our 11th right here. It's going to be going up before the end of the year because, I'm that good. I want to make sure
talented man.
that it's up there. Don't flatter me. I could flatter me. You hush your face.
Sorry.
Thank you. I don't need your compliments.
Ignore him.
Yeah, please do. I right now HEELKAIJu is fueled by Hennessy. Get you good right there. But
This is HEELKAIJu after dark.
Pretty much right now. But 2017 has been a pretty good year. A pretty big year for us. Ups and downs, a lot of growth, as I said in our video. We officially got our YouTube channel set up. We've got our Facebook pages, our Twitter pages. We're getting ready to do some Let's Plays. We're about to do, this is going to be a surprise for you, Danny. We're going to do some video essays when it comes to sporting events and wrestling and what have you. So I'm expecting you and I to get in on that if you ever want to.
100% we will.
But
confirm
we are
it,
going
mark
to
it
be.
down.
Oh yes, we are going to be expanding this as much as we possibly can,
I'm so
as
stoked.
best as we can.
I'm so excited.
I'm honestly excited. This is the first time I've been super excited.
Me too. I can't wait for the gaming.
Oh yeah,
That's gonna be hilarious.
that's going to be starting after the new year. We already got our setup. We already got our schedule set. Everything is going to be good. We're going to have as much as we can possibly get. We're going to throw as much as we can at you. And I'm learning so much, so many new techniques, so many new skills.
Folks,
I'm just saying.
We promise our venture into the YouTube gaming community will not make us problematic. You will hear no racial slurs from the HEELKAIJu podcast.
Oh, absolutely not.
Very few.
If I hear the word cracker, I'm unsubscribing, okay?
No, see,
You don't know how much that word hurts.
We prefer saltine.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I know.
But yeah,
that was an ass move.
2018 is going to be our glow up year. And that's I'm putting that on GP right now. But before we get derailed, let's get into it. This is our year-end special, and for our year-end special, we're going to start off talking about our favorites. No, boy, Lord Brexit. He just wants to get us, pitchforked all the way over in Ireland right now. That's what he wants.
We have to go there.
We do. I got to go back.
Yeah.
I gotta
Like
go,
how Brexit didn't even
again.
happen in 2017.
I don't care. But 2017, instead of talking about the negatives or our worst ofs, we're going to actually go through our best of list when it comes to our 2017. And we're going to start off, of course, we always do our wrestling first to get that out of the way, just in case y'all want to skip ahead. But our best of for 2017, we're going to start with something that Danny made sure to remind us about, events. What were your best events of 2017? Best pay-per-views, best live shows, whatever you have. What is your best event of 2017?
Who should we start with? Me? Should we start with KD?
You know what? I'm going to start with you because you decided to open up your mouth first.
I didn't want to let the silence linger for too long. When I'm thinking about my best events of 2017, I'll probably go. I don't think that there can be really a better event than what I saw last year at last year's Wrestle Kingdom, with those final 4 matches all being legit match of the year contenders. It was really just like an incredible event that, almost a year to the date, I would say that it held up. It held up against every single event that passed it.
Okay. You got Wrestle Kingdom January 4th, 2017 as your event of the year.
Yes.
Okay, out of all 4, you say you had 4 matches, right?
What?
You say you had 4 matches at towards the end of the card. 4 matches that you said were match of the year contenders. Give me which one out of those 4 do you consider to be the match of the year, the match of the year contender for Wrestle Kingdom in 2017?
Oh, it had to be the main event of Okada Omega, the classic 6-star. The cool thing about those final 4 matches were every single one was better than the one before it. It started off with the Kushida Hiromu Takahashi match, which was just like a wild match. And I didn't think they'd be able to top it. They did with Shibata and Goto, and then they topped that with Tanahashi and Naito. And then to top it all off, you had Okada Omega, which is probably the most discussed wrestling match of the year.
Okay, so here's a funny thing right here. If anybody just managed to randomly join in, because we're doing this live, we got ourselves an audience of 0 at the moment, but whenever somebody pops in, if anybody popped in right at that time, all they'd hear was Japanese names.
Yes.
And I find that kind of hilarious to me, because they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah. But no, seriously though, Wrestle Kingdom 11, I'm sorry. Yay. I remember my numbers. Wrestle Kingdom 11 was a pretty damn good event. KD, what was your event of the year for 2017?
Oh, jeez, I'm trying to even think. There's a lot of good matches. I'm trying to think of what event I liked best. Jesus. It's either got to be Royal Rumble or Survivor Series, honestly.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
The
Going
Royal
with
Rumble
the
was very
WWE
good.
boys.
Yeah.
The Rumble was pretty good though. I gotta say though, I'm super anticipating the Rumble for 2018 just because of
The women's
men, the
first
women.
ever Royal Rumble. I am
Yes.
so excited for that.
You know what? I gotta say this right now, like right here on the podcast. If I don't see Karma show up in any capacity, I'll be disappointed.
Is she rumored?
No, but, like, anyone's, like, a potential. I'm hoping Beth Phoenix shows up.
Well, we were talking about
Look,
that
look,
Phoenix
I'm
too.
saying though, when was it? But like Karma showed up during the men's Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
like a year or two ago. So like, if she shows up there, you have to expect her to show up for the women's.
Maybe we
Is
could get
all
a
I'm saying.
we could get a Santino appearance. A Santina.
Santina.
Marella.
Oh God! All right, Daria, what was your event of the year?
I have to go with Survivor Series.
That was fun.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the.
even from the events leading up to Survivor Series.
Oh yeah.
With the blue dominating the red, that was awesome.
Ooh, look at you. So
Yeah.
so you're a Crip girl.
Well, I didn't say that, but
I mean, you basically said blue dominating red. You a Crip girl.
I mean,
Don't let no Bloods find out about you.
I just mean Shane kind of whooped ass that day
He kind of did.
against Kurt Angle. So you got to give due where due is owed.
That was a great setup for Survivor Series. It was probably one of the better ones that they've had in recent memory because before Survivor Series, when the first brand split happened, what do they have? Bragging rights. I think.
Yeah, they had the bragging rights for a little bit.
God, bragging rights sucked. Especially considering the fact that they basically spoiled it with a Nexus that one year. By putting that Nexus in right on the promo card. But yeah, Survivor Series for 2017 was pretty good. WWE had some pretty good pay-per-views this year. Not great, not amazing, but very damn good. Very damn solid pay-per-views of the year. If I had to choose for my best event of the year, I'd have to go with Power Struggle this past year, mainly because oh God, it was so good. You had Skrull Ospreay, you had Omega Beretta, you had Tanahashi Ibushi. It was honestly that I've already been open up to New Japan as a product well before this particular event. Matter of fact, my first non-WWE pay-per-view was I want to say Wrestle Kingdom 9, I think it was AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was 10.
That was 10. So 9 was the one before that. 9 was the one with JR as a commentator, right?
He's done a couple, I believe.
Shoot.
Nine had, I believe, Kota Ibushi and Shinsuke.
So yeah, no, it was that one because it was I'm messing up my names right now. The Rainmaker in the main event. Yeah, it was Okada
and Tanahashi.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one that that was the first non-WWE pay-per-view that I actually paid for and watched live and enjoyed the absolute hell out of. That's the one that opened my eyes up to New Japan. But this is the one that cemented it as something that is like a rarity in terms of wrestling quality.
Oh yeah.
And I blame you for that because like I was ready to just like not watch Power Struggle or watch it on my own, but this is what the HEELKAIJu Discord chat does. It goes, hey, we need to watch X event, and we all group together. We watch the event, and it becomes one of the best events out there. Even if it's not a good event, it ends up being something that is enjoyable just from a water cooler perspective.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I thank you, Danny, for that one because I don't know. Damn, I squeaked.
Yeah, you kind of did squeak a little bit.
A little squeakers.
We won't
right there.
deny that you did squeak. But
yeah, Power Struggle was great. We had some really good matches. Some people that I haven't seen in quite some time. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So that's my event of the year.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that after the year they just had, we'll definitely be expanding our New Japan kind of coverage in 2018.
Now, it might not end up being a point-based predictions, but we did just end up finishing recording a predictions podcast for Wrestle Kingdom that should be out. Look out for that. Check your RSS feeds. Check our Twitter account. Check our actual webpage at HEELKAIJu.com. But it is going to be up before the event on January 4th. And we just finished that up, and it was like in depth, to say the very least, very in depth coverage of what Wrestle Kingdom is, what you should be expecting from Wrestle Kingdom. So like, chances are we're still going to be sticking with in terms of a points predictions, most of the WWE events, but we are going to be expanding into New Japan Pro Wrestling, maybe even doing some Ring of Honor here and there if there's any big events that are coming up. So yeah, so expect that. As I said, we growing, baby.
We are growing.
Oh yeah,
we are gonna grow. With that in mind, our next subject for 2017.
I want to throw out an honorable mention to a card that I think people are forgetting about. That was really just like a blowaway card this year.
Okay.
And that was NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. You know what? You can almost put any NXT Takeover event, even War Games, as an honorable mention. Because if it's not your favorite one, it's up there.
That was a fun one. Oh, I got to give honorable mention just because it happened so dang early in the year. I think all of us forgot about it. But the inaugural UK Championship tournament.
Oh yeah,
that happened in 2017.
Yeah, that was this year.
That was in January of 2017.
Yeah, it was.
Was that?
Oh
yeah.
It was a 2-night event.
Yeah,
It was like a 2-night kind of thing.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So before we continue on, I think we can pretty much say that 2017 was a great year for amazing wrestling.
Oh
It
yeah.
was.
And I mean,
There's a lot of wrestling that we forgot.
yeah, the more we're talking about it, too, we're talking about 2-night events. That G1 special in the United States,
Yeah.
out of this world as well. It was really a great year for us.
Oh yeah, G1 in the USA.
And we're not even getting into a lot of the stuff that we missed from like other promotions, you know?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. We got Progress events, we got PWG events, we got Ring of Honor events.
Mm-hmm.
The only events that we know for a fact sucked was Bound for Glory.
Oh, I was gonna say Triple Mania.
Yeah.
That card.
I still
Triple
didn't see
Mania
that.
was just awful. Don't watch it ever. Triple Mania.
Well, Triple Mania tried something new, so I can at the very least, give it that. The only real super bad thing that came out of Triple Mania was Sexy Star beating the shit.
Nobody had any idea what was going on
No,
in most
they
of the
didn't.
matches. And they had like the worst announce team.
Yeah, they did. And she's like blackballed now.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard Sexy Star's name in some
she's
time.
like blackballed
It felt
now.
like the commentators were like not at the event; they were just watching it from the same CCTV that we were watching it as. Like, hey, yeah, we're just
But
gonna be
they
talking over the event then.
But they still weren't as bad as Bound for Glory, because Bound for Glory had like the wrong names.
I say again,
Yeah.
fuck that card.
It was
I
just
tried to
bad.
warn you guys. I tried to warn you guys not to
It was
watch
just
it.
bad.
We watched Bound for Glory and it was the absolute worst.
It was. It was so bad.
But you
It
still
was
shake
the
my
worst.
hand, huh, Jeremy Borash?
I
Oh,
know.
God. You know, we already had a show.
Del Rio,
on that.
that was so
I don't
awkward.
want to revisit. I don't want to revisit Del Rio. I don't want to revisit his awkward handshake.
No, that
I
was
don't want to
just
revisit
awkward.
the horrible main event, the bad production quality. We got better production quality than TNA had at the time. That was bad.
Oh God.
What a
But moving on. Favorite match of 2017. Give us your best match of 2017.
Oh man, I feel like I could do a top 5 for this one, right?
Give us your top 5 then.
Actually, you know what, Katie? Can you go first? Let me formulate my top 5 in my head right now.
Look at him passing on his responsibilities to you, KD.
I feel like
A true heel.
Katie's got to go right now. I need to put these in the right order.
Oh, I think KD got stumped. You know what? Since you passing it on, I'm gonna take the reins. I don't have a top X number. I just have my list of favorite matches. Like Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne had like 3 great matches, and those are up there for like 3 of my favorite matches of the year. And that includes the UK tournament. That includes a previous NXT taping. Just a regular taping. Oh yeah. That was amazing. Then you had as I said, one of my favorite ones was Skrull Osprey. Mm-hmm. Then we had, what was it, Naito Ibushi?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, Naito and Ibushi. And that happened during the G1 Climax.
It was night 1 of the G1 Climax.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at my list, like several of them are from the G1 Climax.
You Gaijin.
Yes.
Super weeb wrestling fan. I'm not gonna blame you though, because those were some amazing matches.
All right. I have a short list here, right?
All right, give us your list.
I'll go from bottom to top. All right. And I mean, I'm sure I'm missing something here, but like these are the ones that's popped into my mind. I'll go New Day versus Usos at Hell in a Cell.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing match. Styles versus Cena from the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yep. Naito and Ibushi from the G1 Climax. Night 1. The Okada Omega trilogy. I'll put it here because I don't want to have to rank all of them. My favorite of the 3 was the original in the Dome. Naito and Omega, the G1 Final Climax, and my favorite match of the year, I've been going back and forth between that one and this one, has to be Okada versus Shibata. One of the best matches I've ever seen.
Ended a career.
It ended a career, but it was, oh my god, that's one of the most emotional matches I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's a pretty impressive list, and a lot of wrestling that I actually forgot about, like the Hell in the Cell match, was, oh my god, I think I marked out and damn near cried when Xavier Woods was getting caned while he was handcuffed against the stanchion on one of the ring posts.
Yeah.
Man, that was just a ridiculous match. It was ridiculous. I heard this somewhere. Maybe it was from one of you guys. Maybe it was from someone else. But it was like they wrestled the kind of match like that you would imagine you would wrestle as a kid. Like if you were like, oh, this is what I would do in that Hell in a Cell. Like I would like trap him with the kendo stick. I'd hit him with the chair. You know, I forget where I heard that. That's not my original thought. But it really captures like, yeah, that's exactly what made that match so great. It was creative.
Yeah.
We actually got something fresh out of that match. And the Hell in a Cell can feel so stale, and they made it feel so fresh. You're like, oh, this is why I love that.
Oftentimes, the Hell in a Cell match is just that, because like what more can you could only see people getting slammed face first into the cage X amount of times before it's like, okay, do something more. Yeah. Otherwise, it just looks like any other kind of match. But like the Usos and the New Day captured the carnage and the captivity of the Cell in such a way that, as you said, it was just purely creative, and it was also, you know, on my end, incredibly emotional, because like for a long amount of time, I've been rooting for Xavier Woods for like since his tenure in TNA. I've been pushing for this guy for so long, and I think that was his coming out. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I think he had a match prior to that at a pay-per-view where he
that
just
entire
went
rivalry
nuts.
Was like, oh my god,
yeah. And like
it was absolutely like the best thing. It was like the best thing in WWE this year by a wide margin. Their rivalry.
Matter of fact, you know what? Go if you have the WWE Network and you're listening to us right now, go back in 2017, find all of the pay-per-view matches between the Usos and the New Day. Mm-hmm. And watch them right now if you want a pure tag team rivalry. Because, to be quite honest, I can't remember the last time I saw a tag team rivalry that hit notes just like that.
there wasn't a better tag team in the world this year. You know,
No.
I mean, the New Day and the Usos were pretty much there. You know,
Yeah.
amazing.
That pretty much hit
amazing.
it.
But
Now, KD,
yeah.
give us your matches of the year.
Hold on one moment. Can you go ahead and do someone else first?
You know what, Daria?
Yeah,
fine.
I'll
You
go
know what,
for it.
Daria?
Yeah, I actually have a couple, and of course it was the New Day and the Usos, the Hell in a Cell match, and I also
Something just fell in the background. I don't even know what it was.
I don't either. It scared the crap out of me, so I was like, okay. And I also have to go for Asuka and Ember Moon.
Oh, great match. Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
God, yes.
amazing.
Really great
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you know what?
extremely
Since
great.
we're back to NXT, this is my honorable mention, in underappreciated match was Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh, God, the psychology in that match.
It was so great.
That was amazing.
I don't think I've seen a match that
I completely forgot about that match, even though I loved it.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This is how good wrestling has been this past
Oh,
year.
You cannot even like put on a scale how high I am on the Velveteen Dream now.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
like that
God.
whole match, that storyline they set up for that match was just nuts.
awesome.
Like, it's a concept, like, it shouldn't have worked. Like, on every level, it should have been an awful storyline. But, god dang, they turned that into gold.
And
You know
then
what could've
post-match,
happened?
he finally said his name too, and it was just perfect.
Oh my god, yeah, I was screaming when he said his name at the end.
You know what could have easily happened? They could have easily had Aleister Black squash the Velveteen Dream, and
Yeah.
everybody would have expected it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been a blip on the radar. But they gave us about a good 15 minutes, as you said, KD, in-ring psychology between the two. Like it was so amazing. Even after the bell rang, it was one of those rare situations on a WWE product where, as I said in the previous show, they boosted somebody up by having them lose.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
basically
very rare for
made both of them
WWE.
credible. Like, I mean, this was Dream's coming out party for WWE, basically.
Yeah.
Like
God.
he was like, you know, that kind of jokish character, like, you know, that whole Velveteen Dream thing where it was like, God, this is stupid. But like he just went and turned it up so far and just made this work in a way it should have never worked, and it was perfect.
It shouldn't have worked, but it did.
Yeah, you
Lord,
talk
it
about
did.
creative too. That guy was pulling out very creative moves.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's got a
Oh,
unique
yeah.
moveset.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, really.
Like
I mean, but
ever
like
since-
the whole concept, like it's just such a basic concept. I want respect.
Yeah.
And like
And they
we've
made
had
it work.
so many of those storylines over the years, but this one just worked on a level that was just like, you know, it shouldn't have worked.
I'm so
Because
happy that we're talking about this match because I would have forgotten. Like
Yeah,
it was
I
a
would have
very
forgotten,
memorable
like-
match, but it's just
Yeah.
like with everything else in wrestling this year,
There's been so like that's the thing. 2017 has been so good for wrestling. It's like, you know, so many overlooked matches because of this fact.
It's
Yeah.
insane. It's really insane. I think one of the things that really made, you know, that respect angle work for this particular match is the fact that it didn't feel undeserved. Because like if you're a smart and you're looking at this, you know Patrick Clark's his resume. You know what it is. You've seen him on the indie circuit. You've seen him in Tough Enough. You know that he deserved to win it. The whole nine. So like that push for respect felt genuine. And then
Yeah.
during the match, they made it feel like he definitely deserved the respect. So many times you'll have somebody go like, yo, show me respect. I deserve respect. And it's just some random dude that
Yeah.
doesn't really convey that sense of like, I need this. You need to show me respect. I don't deserve it. I earned it. I earned your respect.
Yeah.
And you don't really see that enough nowadays.
Yeah, no.
God, that was such a good match.
Oh God.
It really was.
So much good wrestling in 2017. Mm-hmm. Our next topic since
Wait, I never got a chance to do mine.
Yeah. Katie's got these matches.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, there's so dang many. I gotta have two. Just one for like my singles match of the year, since we've covered god dang everything. It's gotta be. Oh dang it! Where was it? I had my little thing right here. Hold on 1 second. I gotta find it.
Someone else go.
There we go. Okay, NXT Takeover. Chicago. Wait, dang it! I lost it.
No,
I had it. I lost it. Yeah, Chicago. Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne for the UK Championship. NXT Takeover Chicago. That was one of the hottest matches ever. Like they had a barn burner of a match when Bate won it at the UK Championship in January. But god dang, their second match. It's like holy crap. Those two are legends in the making. They really are.
It was the match of the night of that year.
Like, and they tore down the house with that match. Like, I wasn't sure, like, it was going to be a good match, but god dang, they tore down the house that night.
Here's the funny part, though. Like, it was the match of the night, like, no doubt, but it was already on a massively amazing card to begin with.
Oh, so, God, yeah. No, that was that was a good card to begin with. I mean, you had Asuka versus Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott in that three-way match. That was just amazing. The other match I was going to mention, just because this is the match that I love. I mean, I have issues with the ending, but otherwise, this is my flawless match of the year. It's also from an NXT TakeOver. It's from TakeOver Orlando. Authors of Pain versus DIY versus The Revival in that three-way elimination match. That match had my neck hairs standing up. It was like that.
Amazing match.
That was like the most amazing match I've ever seen. Like the amount of storytelling that was in that match. They've had that, build for months, like waiting for that match to happen, basically, between these teams. The animosity they had for each other. Just the way the teams functioned, still like the stolen finishers, the double team ups they had, and it was like, oh my god, this match is just brilliant. And it's like that was the match, and then I mean, of course, the ending kind of soured me on it, but god dang that match.
Speaking of sour endings, let's bring it back to Chicago. I completely forgot this match was on the card. The end of DIY.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, that was DIY's final night together too, wasn't it?
Oh god.
And they had your match of the year. That's pretty amazing.
Match of the year and the end of a team that was the match of the year.
Oh my! Again, as we said, so much good wrestling over the year.
Oh god, I'm still waiting for that payoff. Gargano versus Ciampa is going to happen at some point in 2018, and that match is just going to be ridiculous.
You know what? They better build that up to like somebody's got to get called up, or at the very least, if Ciampa's still injured, because I think he's still. I mean,
he's still he'll be around. I think come WrestleMania time, but that match deserves build like Sting versus Hogan at Starrcade '97 build.
Yeah,
that's the kind of match something. That's like the most legendary build up for a match ever. I mean, hopefully it has a better payoff than that, but still.
Well, I mean, the only reason why we haven't had a payoff is just because of injury. But I mean,
Ciampa's going to come back, and he is not going to take kindly to anything Gargano does.
Oh yeah, if you watch NXT, apparently Gargano is the number one contender. So already. We already have a built-in storyline right then and there. Mm-hmm. Gargano, shedding the pain that he felt for Ciampa's betrayal, and already he's getting a chance for the NXT Championship. That already writes itself.
Yeah.
For future feuds. So we can wait. We can expect that to happen.
Okay.
We can expect something big to happen.
Are we going to talk about individual talents of the year? Because honestly, I have one.
That's next. That's
all right.
Next. Our favorite wrestler of the year, male, female, what have you, best wrestler of the year, and I'm going to start with Danny right here, wrestler of 2017. Give us who your favorite is or favorites are.
Yeah, I feel like they're kind of boring picks, but I mean, my three favorite wrestlers of the year. I'll start at 3. With Kenny Omega.
Makes sense.
Number 2, I'll go Naito. And number 1 is Okada. I genuinely believe that Naito is the best wrestler on planet Earth. But with all of the matches that Okada had, it's just impossible to deny him the number one spot for me. Like I said, the Shibata match was my favorite match of the year, one of my favorite matches ever. You have he had an incredible G1 with like great matches against Elgin, Suzuki, another classic with Omega. He had the 2 6-star matches with Omega at the Tokyo Dome and Dominion. he had good title defenses against Evil. I mean, really,
everything is evil.
Yeah, he had an amazing year, really, like an amazing year.
You're not going to talk about the fact that Evil actually beat Okada? I mean, that's like an amazing year for him.
That's how he got the title shot.
Yeah, I mean,
he beat him in the G1.
What? He's the only person. Is he like one of 2 people who pinned Okada clean this year? I think.
I'm trying to think. Maybe
he might be the only person that pinned Okada clean this year. Actually,
no. Omega pinned Okada clean.
Oh, he did. Oh, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of 2 people that actually had a clean win over Okada this year.
Yeah. I think that the margin between the top 3 is all extremely slim, and I was very close to giving it to Naito, because Naito had his own like batch of classics with Tanahashi. He had amazing matches. He had an amazing match with Michael Elgin. He had that final like just barn burner with Kenny Omega. But yeah, I'll stick with Okada. This is his year. Let's hope 2018 is the year of Naito. Let's go.
All right, damn. 2018, the year of Naito. Honestly, I'm kind of expecting that too. But KD, give us your top wrestlers of the year.
Okay. I'm not going to do a top 3 because I don't want like for singles specifically. I'm going to do this little split up. I mean, I hate saying him just because he's so obvious, but AJ Styles has like, proven to be basically the consistent man of WWE. He can make lead into gold no matter what he touches. I mean, was it this year? Styles versus Ellsworth. That was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Styles versus Ellsworth should have been one of those matches that had no business being anything but like, a 2-second match. He made that into at least a 4-star match.
Yeah.
And it's like he can turn anybody into a star. Like that's AJ's ability. Like he makes anybody. If you don't look great, he can make you look great. I mean, he did that with Jinder. If you are great, he can elevate you to a different level altogether. The man just is a miracle worker.
He's one of the best wrestlers on planet.
I mean, he's going in the WWE Hall of Fame. I mean, there is no doubt about it at this point. I mean, he is a legend in the making.
He definitely deserves it.
I mean, you look at all the look at he's been great all over the world.
Yeah,
all over the world. Oh, when I watched AJ fight Brock just recently at I think it was Survivor Series.
That was at Survivor Series.
Yeah, that was one of the single most impressive performances of the year. Was AJ Styles in that match?
Like the only the only Brock match I can even come close to it is probably Samoa Joe versus Brock at Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, which was like very short. It was like a speed chase, and AJ managed to get like a good 20-minute match out of Brock.
Yeah, no, Brock doesn't do long matches, and the fact that like he got Brock to do that long of a match.
Yeah, and Brock was honestly
he made Brock look like a monster while making himself also look like he.
Oh God, yeah, no, AJ looked like he was like hit by a car at least 30 times in that match.
Yeah, AJ's incredible, absolutely incredible.
I mean, he's just one of those people that clicks with God near everybody.
Yeah. He had that. He had a great match with. His great match with Cena too.
Yeah. Cena. Yeah, the Rumble versus Cena was just brilliant. I mean, I need them to have another match.
Yeah.
But before Cena retires, before AJ retires, they need to have another match.
Yeah. I mean, he made Roman he had his matches with Roman, his matches with Ambrose. I mean, the only one he hasn't had a chance to do is the Architect.
Yeah.
It's he does
Rollins
need that match
AJ.
eventually.
That'd be great.
Yeah, Rollins versus AJ is one of those matches that has been slept on but needs to happen at some point.
And then
Rollins rematch. And then AJ versus Finn, like that impromptu match that shouldn't have happened but happened.
Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah, he can drag a match out of anybody. Even you know what? I'll even add this. even the AJ Styles Jinder Mahal match
Yeah.
that they had over in England was a pretty damn good match.
Yeah.
I mean, he made Jinder look good. I mean, Jinder has been improving, but not to the level where, like, he's even competitive. AJ can make you look great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so on with that. I gotta break it down with tag teams now, just because, I mean, it's like, I hate, like, even trying to go against singles completely. I'm gonna give it to the Usos. It's like there's so many good tag teams right now. They're like WWE has like a tag team golden era going on somehow, especially on SmackDown, where you have all these top-notch teams. I mean, even thrown together teams that just function really well. But the Usos took like what was basically at the start of the year is everyone being sick of them and turning it into, was it the start of this year? It was start of this year, I think.
Right around.
They
It
made
wasn't the
themselves.
start
They
of this year, but it was the end
reworked
of last
themselves into like it's. They reworked themselves into this stellar, like reminding you they're a great team and they also know how to play like great with others. Their whole series with the New Day, especially, I mean, like showed this fact.
Now, one of the weirdest things is just the fact that like they've never really established themselves as heel or face. They just basically said, you know what, we're tired of the face paint. We're tired of the bright colors. We're just gonna sit down, nut up, and just beat the shit out
Now,
of everybody.
they were heels. They were pretty much heels for a good chunk of the year. But after
They
their New
were,
Day
but,
series,
like-
they like basically like said respect.
But
Honestly,
like, what was the most heelish thing that they ever did aside from
run
just basically saying we're taking no shit?
didn't they run in and attack people and stuff?
Yeah, I want to say they had some run-ins and some attacks
Oh,
early on.
yeah.
I feel like they were definitely healed. But
They
honestly,
healed
you're
and then
right,
they
you're
came
right,
back.
you're right.
They
Yeah, you're
slowly worked their way back. They're not faces yet, I don't think.
I feel like they're kind of faces now.
They're more faces, but I
tweeners.
still say they're
They're
tweeners.
tweeners.
You know what I
Yeah.
think happened? I think that the max quality between the Usos and the New Day was so good that everyone just fell in love with them, and you couldn't keep them as like heels because they weren't going to get booed.
Yeah, they weren't going to get booed.
mean,
That's the
how-
problem. It's the same
you-
problem the Revival had.
You even see like the Usos and New Day are like chumming it up now on SmackDown at times.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, they've reached it, like, they've reached, like, a level of
Respect,
understanding of each other. Like, they have that respect.
And the crowd
fu-
can buy into it because they've seen those wars that they had, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's like the New Day, and, like, the Usos, it's like, hey, you cool. It's like, we don't like you guys, you guys cool.
Yeah, they literally said that just that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that was a promo. They were, like, basically like, the New Day's cool, the rest of y'all suck.
Yeah.
It was like, y'all suck, you good, y'all suck.
And then, woman wrestler of the year, I mean, there's really no question about it at this point, but it's Asuka.
Yeah.
Nobody's ready
Yeah.
for Asuka.
I mean, literally nobody is ready for Asuka. I mean, there's challengers, there's competitors. I mean, my dream match is still, of course, going to be like, something like Charlotte versus Asuka at some point,
Oh yeah.
because they really do need to meet, but
Yeah.
nobody is ready for Asuka.
I think the very second it's so bad that the very second that Asuka was put in that Survivor Series match for Team Raw, it was basically, Team Raw is gonna win, because there's no way that you could legitimately get rid of Asuka after her year-long run.
Yeah, I mean,
to have her
she's
lose.
had an over 1 year long winning streak. I mean, that's the problem with someone like Asuka, who ends the streak.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody.
It's got to be the right person.
It
Yeah.
does. It does.
Like for instance, when it was
It's going to be Ronda Rousey.
Oh, I would
God.
hate it. I would
Don't-
stop
don't-
watching WWE. I would
don't.
stop watching WWE. I don't want Ronda
Don't.
Rousey anywhere near this product. Oh my god.
You know what? We're moving on from that one. That
Oh,
broke
okay.
my heart.
All right, since we're moving on real quick, honorable mention, Andrade Cien Almas. He basically started the year as a throwaway act, and the fact that, like, he's been rebuilt, and it's like, he is NXT champion now. He feels like a credible character again. I love the fact that, like, he was basically a throwaway, and they bring in, what's her name? I forgot her name. Zelina?
Yeah, Zelina Gomez.
Yeah, they bring in
not
her-
Zelina Gomez. Damn it.
I forgot her name.
It's Zelina though.
Zelina. Yeah, no, they bring in Zelina, like, she comes in there beats him around, says like, get your shit together.
Yeah.
And it's like it worked. Like he basically went from like bottom of the pecking order all the way to the top. I mean, he did like what Jinder did, but credible.
Yeah, I'm about to say like he looks like a credible champion. He does. Like,
yeah, the fact that he's been built up, and it's like this hasn't been like like a what's this? Why is this happening now? This was a progression for an entire year that we led up to.
Which is kind of what Jinder Mahal needed.
Yeah, I mean, Jinder's just came out of left field. I mean, for completely the wrong reasons. It never felt credible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now, Daria.
I have a few. So I'd have to go with, of course, AJ Styles, Velveteen Dream, Ember Moon, Asuka, Bianca Del Rio.
Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair, yes.
What's going on with me? I'm sorry, Bianca Belair. I have.
She's the est.
Yes, she's the est.
That hair whip, like I need to see that hair whip on the main roster.
Yes,
that first crack of it, like she's a Mortal Kombat character. That's what she is.
Okay, time out. We were live.
Oh yes.
We heard that crack.
Oh,
live.
You did. Yes. Oh, you lucky bastards.
Not only that, she challenged Ember Moon, but we didn't get to see it.
Yeah, they went to Little Rock before we saw that.
I bet you that was an awesome match.
My god, the way that she cracked. See, I thought that like like she might have like slapped her. You know how they do that crack for the super.
Yeah.
Kicks? No, that's a legit snap. That's a legit.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
It really is.
It's just like I love the fact that that's basically an illegal item, but it's her hair, so it's not illegal.
Yes.
It's like just the most dirtiest move ever, using your hair to just slash into your opponent.
It's a weapon. It's like, no, it's my body.
Yeah, even I think the first time that the ref saw it, he wasn't sure what to do.
Oh my!
It's like it's not a weapon. It was like, hold on.
For your list, I love your list.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to switch things up. I'm gonna try to use people who haven't been picked for favorite wrestlers of the year, because you already got a few of mine. You already got Naito, Omega. You got the Usos. You got Ember Moon. I'm gonna give somebody who definitely deserves it for this past year and the year before that. Truth be told,
Ellsworth.
The Miz. No, The Miz.
Roman.
Yes, we gotta make Roman look strong.
You know what? Yeah,
Roman deserves some credit. Come on,
he deserves some credit. He does. So he's my honorable mention.
Roman and Braun.
But in terms of
God, Braun deserves more credit. It's like this year's been so good though. It's hard.
It's so good.
Yeah, neither of them made it on to my list, but they both.
I mean, if there was a top 20, like either of them would probably be in the high 10s.
Yeah,
they're very good.
They're definitely there.
They had the second best rivalry of the year outside of Usos New Day.
Yeah, the whole "I'm not done with you" thing has just been amazing.
It was hilarious.
I mean, how do you not put somebody at least on the list for somebody who like flips an ambulance?
Yeah, they're basically
Punk. Ambulance getting slammed.
I mean, that's like Punk and Cena and everything else. That's going to be one of those those rivalries for the ages.
They had a great series.
I mean, they're not done with each other, but I don't think by any stretch that they're done with each other.
They're not done with each other yet.
I'm honestly hope they're never done with each other because they work really well together.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I hope that they don't pull an Orton Cena where they run it into the dirt.
I don't think they will because they've obviously want to build up Braun to a different level, so they're not going to do what they did with Cena and Orton, where it's like, who cares?
Yeah. Also, it's like Randy Orton isn't involved in it, so even if they do run into the ground, it'll probably still be
Oh, Randy Orton, you suck.
God damn, if Cena just had a more active year, he could have been on this list. He's so great.
Oh yeah, but he only had 3 matches.
Yeah, no, he had a really scant handful. I mean, him and AJ.
There were 3 really good matches, but they only had 3 matches, so I can't use him. But I got to give it to the Miz, just in terms of not just in ring work, but out of ring work. He has had some pretty good moments that have just been like, oh snap, oh crap. technically what happened with the Miz and the Bellas, that was 2017.
That was hilarious.
Oh,
Prior to WrestleMania. So that was 2017. So I gotta give it to him. In terms of my tag teams, I gotta give it to the New Day. The New Day have been great. But also, like, honorable mention, the Authors of Pain have been pretty damn good in terms of how they've been doing it. Like, not the most amazing work, but just some of their matches have been, like, top quality. So I got to give it to them. Yeah. And for my women, you already used Asuka. You already had your Ember Moon. So I kind of have to give it to Charlotte.
Well, no, Charlotte is good.
I kind of have to give it to Charlotte.
Nobody going with Sasha. I see how it is.
I can't go with Sasha, if only because I can't remember any Sasha matches.
Damn.
That's where we are with Sasha right now.
Well, no, because she had a lot of matches with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, but like Alexa's
And
not the
Charlotte.
best worker to showcase your talent with.
She had that killer of a match I was there for live with Nia Jax on Raw.
Oh God! Oh yeah, that was a pretty good match.
But I get what you mean. Sasha didn't have like the most
She was solid. I think what it is she's solid.
I think when she did show out, she was great. She just didn't have as much opportunity to show out this year.
That's all it was. Like, Sasha was solid.
I still am putting Sasha as my top pick for Asuka's like big, like brilliant match on the main roster.
Oh God, it better be, because like right now I am itching for that, and it's got to happen before WrestleMania, or if you save it for after WrestleMania, it's got to be for a big event. It's got to be for something, but you have to do right by Asuka and Sasha.
Oh yeah.
But with that, and I know some of our listeners are kind of happy now because we've progressed past the wrestling moments, and this might actually end up being our shorter moments because we're going into more non-wrestling things, and that's where we're at.
Remember when we were saying that this was going to be a short podcast?
I know, right?
We're 50 minutes in.
Lies, all lies.
I'm noticing. So let's run through this. This is going to be a little bit easier to run through because we don't have to throw in a lot of preamble. We don't have to throw in a lot of context for why we're picking what we're picking. We're going to do our favorites of 2017 non-wrestling edition. Real quick, let's hit this up. We're going to start off with our favorite films released in 2017. Favorite movies that we went to see, rented, what have you. Favorites of 2017. I'm going to start off with Danny. I'm hoping I gave him a little bit enough time before he goes, I don't know, bro. Danny.
Yeah, abstain. I didn't really watch too many films.
Bruh!
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I really didn't watch that many films. I took a year off of watching a lot of films. I instead watched a lot of wrestling and listened to a lot of music.
You see, this is why Danny is on probation.
Hold on a second.
This is why his health insurance hasn't kicked in. This is why his benefits haven't kicked in.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Best 2017. Oh, Get Out came out this year. That was good.
It did.
Yeah, there you go.
The Last Jedi came out this year. That was very good.
Yeah.
Are you just naming films?
No,
he's just looking at the list.
No, those are the only two films out of the top ones that I've seen, and they were both really great. John Wick Chapter 2 was really great.
There you go.
Hold on, let me continue scrolling.
Listen to him. I don't watch films. I never saw no movies.
Okay, so I
don't know
three.
nothing about Birth of No Babies.
I had 3 films, and yeah, those are my top 3 films.
The only 3 movies that you saw in 2017.
I mean, I watched a lot of films, but they weren't from this year.
All right, you know what? I'll allow it because those are 3 pretty awesome ones.
Yeah.
KD, give us your best.
Oh, geez, there's just so... There was a lot of good ones. I'm going to give it to Thor Ragnarok, though, because that was just a blast of a movie.
Ooh, that was fun.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Coco, because god dang, that movie moved me.
Oh, that made me cry.
Coco, yeah.
And Baby Driver, because god dang, the driving in that movie was sick.
I still got to see that.
He was driving all the babies.
I know all those babies were just like steering and pushing on the gas and everything. And they drifted like 20 miles
Yeah.
at once.
Everyone kept saying, "Quick, don't drift too close to Kevin Spacey."
Oh. The babies were drifting, and Kevin Spacey comes up in his little Model T that's just like. Burp, 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 burp.
Oh no, we're about to get.
That's the sound he makes when he's raping babies.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh my God, we're gonna edit that in post.
You are gonna get us sued.
Jesus!
I pray.
Oh,
I pray that Kevin Spacey's his I don't forgot the name.
That ain't making it.
If you're hearing this, the views and expressions expressed by King Dead are not okay, bro. You did touch on a kid, so
that is editing. That is getting edited out of the final version of this podcast. I'd like to thank Libris Nerdus. You are the only one who will ever hear that. Now you know what a true heel KD is.
Yeah, a very true heel. Daria, give us your movies.
It.
Which
what?
What?
Shoot.
What?
It.
What?
I don't know what she's laughing about.
Yeah, I'm a little
confused.
confused.
The movie It.
Which
Stephen
movie?
King.
Which movie?
Stephen King's It. The recent one.
You know what?
The one that just came out.
I've had too much Hennessy for this. Way too much Hennessy.
Somebody
for this.
explaining Stephen King's It.
You've had too much Hennessy for this. Lord, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on real quick because y'all have already actually hit a lot of my favorite movies of this past year. Matter of fact, Coco.
Yes.
Coco has to be mine because I was crying my absolute ass off.
God, that last 15 minutes.
Yeah, no. I had to step away. We had kids. We took the kids to see Coco. Took my cousin, and the very second that movie started ending, I stepped away and I cried. And I cried primarily because they made me sit through Frozen to get to this awesome ass movie.
Oh, see, I skipped that part.
Y'all were lucky. Okay, so we were late. We were late getting to the movies, and I'm like, oh man, we're late getting into the movies. I got kids. We're trying to figure out, what popcorn they want, what drinks they want, and I'm sitting here going like, man, we're gonna be 5 minutes into the movie. I'm not gonna know what's happening. We're gonna miss all of our previews. We sit down in our seats, and Frozen is still freaking on. We were 20 minutes late. And Frozen is still on.
Yeah, Frozen. We're Frozen is an enemy of the show. We're not big Frozen fans.
It hurt me.
I hope the global warming takes all of them out.
Oh God, no, seriously. I thought that we were in the wrong theater for like 15 minutes of watching that crap. And I'm looking over at my sister. Is like, is this what we were supposed to be watching?
I was so confused. I didn't know.
We just sat there.
I didn't even know what was going on.
I was expecting. Okay, so we know that Pixar likes putting their shorts on, and I'm expecting a short, like maybe 5 minutes. I'm looking at my clock, and we're 10 minutes in, and it's still Frozen, and they're starting a song. Why?
Because it's a musical.
Boy. So anyway, Coco.
Yeah.
Coco's my favorite. Let's move on because we are way over time, but we're going to get this done because this is what we do. Favorite album of 2017. I know I got my picks. Danny, what's your favorite album?
Woo, man, this was a good fucking year for music. Oh my God, this was an amazing goddamn year for music. Let me think. If I had to go like top 5, I mean, I gotta get.
If I had to go top 5, Hobson.
Yeah, Hobson for sure. I'd have to get the National, Sweet Sleep Well Beast in there.
Yes, it was so good for them to have a new album again this year.
It was really goddamn great. St. Vincent's new album was out of this world.
Love New York. Not a fan of Los Angeles, but it's a good song, even if I don't care for it.
See, I loved the pop on it. I loved all that poppy.
It's like I love New York. It's just more of a I don't
New York
know.
is a great song.
It really is.
I'm gonna go Melodrama by Lord.
Yeah,
Fantastic album.
it's got the green light.
It does have the green light. Yeah, it has green light.
The
I just
imposter
reali-
green light.
I just realized I'm gonna include more than I said I was gonna.
Like, here's my
put,
top 5, and here's 20 of them.
Put Rina Sakayama. She had a great EP. It's like it sounds like early 2000s hits, but better.
Okay.
All right.
Got to do Tyler the Creator's album. Amazing. I'll include the Brockhampton Trio in here. They were all fantastic. And my top 2, number 2 is Big Crit, Forever's a Mighty Long Time.
I was waiting for that.
Fucking, oh my god. It's everything you've ever wanted from Crit. It's like the album you were waiting for Crit to make. It's got the feelings, it's got that southern charm, it's got...
Southern.
I was about to say.
It's got goddamn bass. It'll crush you, and it'll make you cry. It's a great album. But if there's only one album this year that made me cry, it's Mount Erie, A Crow Looked at Me. Oh my god.
Okay.
It's I'm not exaggerating. It's the saddest album I've ever heard in my entire life.
Wow.
Damn.
It's
okay,
legitimately.
then.
I've listened to a lot of sad music. My favorite albums are all like probably extremely depressing, and none were more depressing than A Crow Looked at Me by Mount Erie. It's so sad I may never listen to it again, but it was so good that it's my album of the year.
All right, then. Key Day. Tell me what you got.
All right. It came out in 2016, but I'm going to say it came out in 2017 because honestly, it came out the last week of 2016. Run the
heel.
Jewels.
Pure
Run the
heel.
Jewels 3.
That counts. Yeah.
That counts. That does count.
Because
That
god
counts.
dang, Run the Jewels is hot, and that was hot. I can like listen to Call Ticketron so many times in a row,
Yeah.
and it's like I really like that one. I mean, of course, Kendrick, damn.
Oh, yeah.
And not for any of the tracks anyone will normally think it's for. What was it? Oh god dang it! What's the one of U2?
X.
Oh, XXX.
X. XXX, yeah, Triple X. God damn, I love that song. It's just like it's something you wouldn't expect from U2 or feels like you wouldn't expect from them, but somehow they work really well together.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, I mean, I hate doing this because I sound like a douche saying it, but Arcade Fire is everything now. Like, it's really, like, lyrically cutting. I mean, it's not rap, and I know, like, you know, rap is rap, but it cuts and, like, does this brutal honesty with this pop track backing to it, but it's like, wow, there's, like, a lot of darkness going on here, but they do it in, like, a light pop tone, so you might miss it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's way better. Like, I thought about it like that one for a while, like all year, and then like I noticed it made the best of lists, and it was nothing about that. And it's like, wait a second, I actually do like this album. I guess never really considered it for some reason. I think probably because it was Arcade Fire, but like they're good.
Yeah.
Like it, like I think I have issues with them because I always feel like they're like, you know, Arcade Fires for pretentious people. But
Yeah.
they're good. That's the problem. They're like one of those acts where it's like, yeah, they're really good, even if it feels pretentious, but they're really good.
They have
But
some
you only
classics.
like them because they're you know, they're indie. It's like, no, they're pretty freaking good.
I'm annoyed with myself because I've liked them for like god dang so many years. Like even before they won their like, you know, their best album Grammy, or everyone's like, who the fuck is Arcade Fire?
You literally just straight up pulled the I liked them before.
I know, I hate even saying that. I'm embarrassed for myself for saying that.
I have a shirt that says "Who the fuck is Arcade Fire?"
And there was like this whole meme that went around that year that they won best album or whatever. It's like, who the hell are they? And it's like, I've known them for like 5 years since before this. Stop.
The Funeral is one of the best albums of all time.
I mean, it's like Neighborhood Number 3 and all that, all those old ones. I mean, even the stuff they did when they did Where the Wild Things Are is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I kind
It's
of
like it was a nice comeback record for them, basically. That's what it was.
I kind of fell off Arcade Fire after The Suburbs. Like I didn't really like Reflector.
Yeah, because Reflector had Reflector, which was good, but it's like I didn't really care for it, and I thought they were kind of done.
Yeah, yeah. And see, I haven't really listened to this album.
No, it
But
brings
I'll
it back, like in a way that like I didn't think they were gonna get back to. Honorable mention to Beck, because Beck is Beck, and like he can't do no wrong.
Oh man, we are bringing the
And it's like-
caucasity today.
Yeah, but Beck
Beck is
is
You're bringing the caucasity today.
I know we are, but like Colors was a really good album though. That's the thing. It's like everyone forgets about Beck because he's been around so long. But each of his albums is so vastly different from the last, but they're all they're not all equally good. But some of them I've grown to like again because I have like an old ass copy of Midnight Vultures, and it's like, oh yeah, I did like this, even if at the time I was upset because it's not Odelay. That was the problem I think most people had with Beck. They wanted Odelay too. He never did that because Beck's like, I don't do that shit.
Yeah.
So each of his albums is different. Like, what was it? Freaking
Sex Laws?
Yes, yeah. Midnight Sex Laws is basically the closest song to an Odelay song, and that song is a freaking fire jam.
Yeah.
But then he does like freaking Sea Change, and it's like, oh my god, Beck. It's like, who hurt you? Who did this to you?
Yeah, that's my favorite Beck album. Sea Change.
Like that was like the most introspective, like just pure to the cutting to the bone Beck album because he is just like in such a phase, and then he turns it around as Guero, which is just freaking hot. And it's like he keeps doing these albums, and it's like nobody thinks about them, but they're all good. It's like I think like everyone downplays them because there's newer talent out there. That's the problem.
He's probably one of the most underrated songwriters.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the most consistent acts. Like each of his albums is different, but he's consistent in quality. Yeah. It's not consistent in tone. He's consistent in quality.
Yeah, which is what you want. Like if you can be consistent in quality while bringing something fresh to the table every single time, that's as good as you can get.
You're really doing your job as an artist then.
Because like Up All Night comes on the radio, and god dang, if I don't have that song up loud as hell and I'm singing along with it.
All right. Now Daria, I almost said Danny. My bad. Daria.
Kendrick Lamar.
Dania.
So you're giving me Damn too.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
Let me guess.
Can't go wrong with Damn.
It's the who? What?
It's that sex song.
No.
Which one is it?
What's that song? We see it on YouTube. The guy does it on YouTube. Loyalty.
Oh, loyalty. Loyalty. Yeah, you know what? I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Shoot. You know
what? With Rihanna?
Yeah. I got to go with Rhapsody's Layla's Wisdom. Is one of my favorites. I also got to throw Crit in there too. Because, my God, I didn't think that I would like it. Okay, so I have a weird relationship with Crit, right? Crit, the relationship I have with Crit is almost like the relationship that I have with Jay Electronica.
Man, really?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Oh man.
In that there are a lot of Crit tracks, just like a lot of Electronica tracks that I enjoy, but I can't really get into his body of work at least until Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. At least until that moment hit, because like I love me some Crit tracks, but for some reason I don't think I've ever actually fully listened to an album from tape to tape from Crit. But like I'll listen, like if a Crit track comes on, I'll probably love it and enjoy it. But Forever Is a Mighty Long Time is probably the first one that I listen tape to tape and haven't skipped a track. It is very rare that I get a chance to do that. Like the last time I was able to actually do that. For an album was like it would have to be a Roots or a Ye or a Lupe EP, something like that. But like, actually getting the chance to do that for Crit was refreshing. I enjoyed it. I got it. I just bought a new ride and I got that playing. If you're hearing everything bump as I'm pulling up to the driveway, it's probably gonna be Crit.
Your sub came alive.
Oh, my sub came up. Oh, I love that track.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom, boom, boom.
They saying bass died, sub came alive. Oh, that was I've grown to enjoy the hell out of that track. But before we go way over time, we got one final topic for discussion.
I don't even know what this is.
Non-wrestling. We know what it is. We're going to get a lot of people angry at us.
Best fast food burger?
I don't even know what this is.
What is the topic? I don't know.
It is
video games.
Woman, no. Time. No.
I could not do it.
No, she's looking right at me, leaning in. I got my hands put in the prayer position, like
I love that.
I'm about to drop the best diss track of all time, and she's just like, video games.
She said it with
Wow.
Come on. She totally
I
said
had
it
more
with some spark.
enthusiasm to that. Yeah.
She had more enthusiasm to that, but I'm still mad because I was about to drop it on y'all, and she's just like, video games.
That was actually probably brilliant too.
Why? Thank you.
You're welcome. Moving on.
I'm
Video
angry
games.
at you right now. Danny, give us your best game of 2017 before we sign off.
This is so, like, I don't really think I played too many games from 2017. I just kind of played a lot of stuff
Boy!
from 2016. I didn't really jump into 2017 that much, you know?
You haven't gotten into the modern generation yet?
I played the sports games 2017, but I didn't play the...
Of course you did, you jock.
I didn't play, like, I didn't play Zelda, I didn't play Horizon, I didn't play Resident Evil. I didn't play that, like, robot game that everyone loves.
Robot game.
Yeah. Automata, something like that.
Oh, Nier Automata.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one I gotta try to grab.
Yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of, like, I wasn't too into games this year.
Well, you gotta step it up if you're gonna be a part of HEELKAIJu there, boy. We gonna need you to keep us honest, man.
I'm being honest.
Keep us honest. I don't care if you're honest. Lie.
Hold on. Let me look through these lists.
Oh, why?
boy.
Why? You know what? We're gonna move on to KD. KD's a gamer. KD
Yeah.
likes games.
I mean,
What's your favorite game? Candy Crush 2017?
somehow I kept circling back to it. I think just because of the consistent updates. But Splatoon 2 turned into my game of the year.
Ooh.
Just by the sheer multitude of how often I keep coming back to it because it keeps updating with content and the Splatfests and everything else. And it's like I can't stop playing the game in a way that no game has hooked me in this sense in a long time.
Okay, I can be with that. I can get down with that. Daria, give me your favorite game of 2017.
Mario Odyssey.
God bless it.
I know.
You know what? I'm not even mad at that because like that is my pick. Mario Odyssey was indeed one of the more fun games that I think I've ever played. In terms, like here's the thing: when it came to Mario Odyssey, I honestly and legitimately thought that I would not enjoy this game. I thought I wasn't going to have fun with it. It was a deviation from the norm, and really, I can't think of the last time I actually enjoyed a Mario game that wasn't just felt like a rehash of the usual mechanics. I think maybe Super Mario 3D World was the last one I got. Last one I beat and was like, it's good, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking. Mario Odyssey killed the game for me. Just blew it up perfectly. But to go beyond Mario Odyssey, I haven't finished it yet, and I think I'm cheating by saying it, but I did have fun, and I am having fun playing it, and it is going to be on our list of games that we're going to be putting on YouTube. Keep an eye out for that right there. But Breath of the Wild, I enjoy it, and I'm also intimidated by it because it is a daunting endeavor. It really is. Beyond that, I got to give it to Injustice 2. I usually it's weird because I have a very weird litmus test when it comes to fighting games. And Injustice 2 doesn't pass it, but I still have fun with it. So it's a weird thing for me. Like it doesn't tick any of the boxes that I enjoy for a fighting game, but for some reason I like it. I like it. It's one of my favorite ones. Circling back around to you there, Danny.
Why would you circle back around to me? I don't have a different answer.
And on that note, we're gonna call it a night. This has been really, this was a hodgepodge of a final year, just really to punctuate how 2017 has been for HEELKAIJU, because it started off as just a Discord chat that turned into a podcast, that's turning into a YouTube channel, that's turned into merchandising, that's turned into this, that, and the other, and we're going to continue to grow it just like that. This show, this particular episode, I should say, has just been like, let's just throw anything at the wall and see what sticks. But we hope you enjoyed it. As always, you can catch our podcasts on iTunes. Links on iTunes. Link in the description. Woman,
I'm not saying anything.
don't you say a word.
Say it.
Or at the website at heelkaiju.com. There you can find our shows, articles, and our merchandise to help keep this site up and running and to keep us providing you with content. You can also join the Kaiju Wrecking Crew by following us on our Twitter account at HEELKAIJU, where we'll provide any updates, developments, and insights. Thanks again for listening, and we'd also like to thank everybody who's joined us over the past few months, and we hope that you stick around for the next year. We'd like to thank Danny and King Dead, the people who have been with us from the very beginning, our guests, the guys, like, these are the people that I intend to make proud of us in all of our advancements right here. They are among the first people who hopped in when we were just a regular Discord chat. Danny out of nowhere, King Dead, a friend that I've had for damn near a decade plus. And we're so glad to have y'all. We appreciate you. We appreciate the time that you're putting in. We appreciate the engagement. We appreciate every single one of you as members of the Kaiju Wrecking Crew. Just remember to keep smashing, have a happy new year, and hope 2018 is better than 2017 by leaps and bounds. Catch y'all later. Deuces.
Bye-bye.